There we go. Everything set up. Oh. The model isn't, oh, there we go. That was weird. Anyway.
Greetings, Sarah. A moment, if you please.
You have to wait your turn, Sarah. The line forms to my left.
Gonna focus on the main quests today.
Are we sure that's a good idea? We can't be sure the threat is really over.
Hello, Reboot. I'm doing okay. That's alright. It's fine if you can't watch for too long. I hope that you're doing okay.
Another find for your pack.
Such displeasure and disappointment. Nothing works, even though every calculation is precise. Now an interruption. Divine energy. I'll have you know I participated in Lord Sother Seal's 9 analyses of the exalted enigmas. But we have more important matters. I'm about to determine the correlation between color and time. A reciprocal exchange. Interesting, yes. I can see the benefits of such an arrangement. Very well. Just activate the crystals in the proper sequence while I'm... No. Reset the mechanism and try again. Smoke instead of light. Not the reaction I was hoping for. That didn't do anything good. Activated, but not in the proper sequence. Try again. A good start. Keep going.
Okay, so it's red sphere.
A good start. Keep going. Smoke instead of light. Not the reaction I was hoping for. A good start. Keep going. Activated, but not in the proper sequence. Try again.
Alright, so it's got this red, yellow.
A good start. Keep going. Correct. So far, so good. Like clockwork, you are.
Blue.
Close, very close. One more to go.
There we go.
Yes, I love it when the gears align. Perfect. Such are the benefits of an extra set of appendages. The scent. How intriguing. I was just thinking about my former master, Sotha Seal, and the experiments we conducted. He desperately sought to understand the power he and his companions attained, especially whether or not that power was temporary. Not while I assisted him. He had a tool that he used to drain away minute bits of his own divine energy to store and study. He could extract it and return it as he saw fit. Not sure what... More questions? Well, Lord Sotha Seal attributed curiosity to intellectual superiority. Suppose I should do the same. Ask, and I will attempt to tighten the cogs of your... Odd question. Is a hammer a weapon? A saw? A Dwemer spring spanner? No, it was just a tool. A device crafted by Sotha Seal to aid in his endless experiments. Haven't a clue. Tools have a way of wandering off when you don't stay vigilant. Had a guar that used to swallow tools when I wasn't looking. Glowed for a month until the enchantment dissipated and the tool passed. You should have heard the screams.
Oh no, I do not like that. Well, that was surprisingly quick. But I still have 2 other places to go to. Okay, apparently this is a restricted area, so I should avoid that or be careful not to go too close. Next area to go to, that's Balmora. It's ahead of Balmora, so I might as well just go there.
Helped the clan mother retake Orentia. Right moves, and well done.
I can't believe they want us to go outside the house to find Vea.
I can't believe Lord Vivek wouldn't see worse it was today.
He's a living god. I'm sure he was just busy. We should have waited longer.
I know, but we're not getting any younger.
We'll have a chance to see him again. Vivek City isn't that far away, you know.
Please, this one needs to get out of here. Those cultists, they're insane.
All right, but keep your voice down. I'll be ready to leave soon enough. In the meantime, if anyone asks, you're just here to haul cargo.
What? Who? This one is just here to haul cargo. Cultists? But this one said nothing about cultists. Perhaps you are thinking of another Khajiit. Look, Renaku just wants to leave all these crazy dark elves behind and find a safer mine to work in. The Shulk ore mine is cursed. No one likes a Gwar liquor, you clawless kitten. It happened a few days back. Weird cultists just barged in and took over the mine. This one managed to get away, but the crew chief and some of the others are still out there. Happy now, fish breath?
Oh, I need to actually leave the town. Okay.
Ow! Stupid dog. What happened? Let me see. I just tried to pet it. Damn dog bit me. Leave it alone. There's something strange about that dog.
A dog?
You shouldn't be here. Didn't you read the House Redarin proclamation? I wouldn't be here. Our mine was invaded by violent cultists. They showed up and just took the place over. My people are trapped. I'm no expert, but it looked like the cultists were preparing to conduct... Well, I never actually saw an Ashlander, but I heard a cultist yell, "Ashlander thief! That's our mystical weapon!" Really?
You don't look like one of those crazy cultists. Really? The savages barged into the deep chamber.
Did you find what you were looking for? Of course. I perfectly understand. I think I'll wait a little longer and see if any of my minor...
And now I need to head up to the... I go through Balmora.
It'd be nice to get off my feet.
I can't believe Lord Vivek wouldn't see worse at this time.
I demand to see my brother. Lay hands upon me, and you will lose them. You there! The territory of the Red Exiles shouldn't be traveled lightly. Ashlanders once respected each other, helped one another. You'd think these were house wolves or tribunal dogs, the way they treated me. Speaking of the tribunal, you have the smell of dog about you. I wonder why that is. Lord Vivek, is it? And I thought all the tribunal cared about was building monuments to their own greatness. Nice to see that one of them cares about what's going on beyond their borders. Well, perhaps we can aid each other this day, Outlander. Ashlanders are nomads, but we gather at sacred sites to trade, confer, and pay homage to the past. Aldrin is such a place. That's why Chodala invited the Red Exiles here. But these outcasts won't let me into their camp. I need to find my brother. My brother, Chodala, is the Ashkan of our tribe, and I am his ambassador. I act as a go-between among the tribes. Chodala wants to unite the Dunmer and calmly end the era of the bickering houses. He hopes to convince the tribes to follow his lead. Head into the Red Exiles camp and find my brother. Otherwise, see if you can find out what he was doing in there and where he's gone. Be wary of the outcasts. As you saw, they won't hesitate to attack without reason or provocation. Chodala went to meet with the Red Exiles leader and hasn't returned. If I enter the...
Gonna quickly grab that way shrine. Go.
Side by side, let's work together! You seem to have survived your visit to the Red Exiles camp. Did you find my... Interesting. I never suspected that the outcasts were disciplined enough to keep records such as this. Oh no. I can't... It means that Chodala really has changed. With his newfound powers and rising ambitions, I fear what he plans for the tribes. I suppose you have a right to know what I'm talking about. Take this. I found it among my brother's possessions. Chodala discovered new power out in the wilderness, and it changed his view of the world. He writes about it in that document. Now he believes he's a Nerevarine, and incites the tribes, while I try to keep them all from doing anything rash. All I know is that his new power frightens me. Chodala returned from a sojourn in the wilderness, more vibrant, more commanding. Chodala says his new abilities strengthen his claim as the Nerevarine. I think it's the staff he carries. He had it when he returned, and now it's always at his side. I know it's unreasonable. You don't know? I thought... No, you're not an Ashlander, and the House Elves rarely talk about such things. Long ago, there was a hero named Nerevar. He fought alongside the Tribunal, before they claimed to be gods, until they betrayed him. So our legends say. Nerevar united the Kaima, and forged an alliance with the Dwemer. He died at the Battle of Red Mountain. We believe the Tribunal hastened his demise, despite Vivek's claims to the contrary. The Nerevarine is a promise and a prophecy. We believe that, through the power of Azura, Nerevar will return to unite all Dunmer, House and Ashlander alike, and make Morrowind great again. The returned Nerevar will be known as the Nerevarine.
Nerevarine. Ah, that is the protagonist of Morrowind.
Outlander, over here!
Oh?
This requires a considerable amount of effort, so just listen. We have a problem here. Return to my office immediately. At last. Did you see what's happening outside? Red Mountain rumbles louder and more frequently. The sky grows dark, and worst of all, the people are beginning to notice. Soon I'll have to muster the Ordinators to keep them from the palace doors. In part, Lord Vivek is... not well. I won't allow his followers to see him in this state. He continues to lose energy, and it's becoming difficult for him to maintain the realm in his usual fashion. Now, what did your investigation? I'll review these documents and present your findings to Lord Vivek. I was against bringing you into this investigation, but I was wrong. Thank you. Very well. Tell me what you learned at each of the locations, and let's see what conclusions we can come to. Barrelzar faithfully served Sotha Seal. He's as loyal to the Tribunal as I am. He would never intentionally harm Lord Vivek. But that tool he mentioned... Perhaps one of the priests Vivek sent away. Lord Vivek doesn't want his followers to see him in such a weakened state. Only you, Canon Levuel, and myself are permitted into his palace now. Speaking of the palace, Lord Vivek wants to see you. So your notes say. And this Saren assisted you. Interesting. Most Ashlanders want nothing to do with the Tribunal. Even so, they rarely become aggressive. Interesting theory. Perhaps Chodala's staff can steal Vivek's energy. But I have a hard time imagining how an Ashlander could accomplish such a feat. Lord Vivek, from what you discovered, I dare say there may be a correlation between the narcotic relic and the two barrels Al mentioned. And it seems the Ashlander thieves are connected to Chodala. Your evidence points to a clear conclusion. So it appears. Lord Vivek's doing his best not to complain, but I can see how much the draining of his energy has cost him. Just seeing you again should improve his mood considerably, and the progress you make.
I demand you make way and let me see Lord Vivek.
Lord Vivek isn't receiving visitors today.
Oh, yeah.
Lord, please, let me send for aid. Perhaps one of the healers can help you.
Pain is best tolerated in private, as I have written in the 37th ballad.
There must be something I can do.
You can call the Archcanon. He should hear the news our friend brings us. The river drains into the sea as my divinity flows out of me. Needs some work. As you can see, I continue to lose energy, and it has made me somewhat agitated. Have you made any progress toward discovering the source of my discomfort? An Ashlander? That seems unlikely, but I trust your instincts. We need to find out more about this Chodala and the ancient enemy that aids him. Take this. Another token of my appreciation.
My lord, the Outlander may have actually discovered something. After further examination of the documents you brought back, I have to agree with your assessment. The Ashlander Chodala has somehow siphoned divine energy away from Lord Vivek. Not exactly. But now that we know that the affliction isn't natural, we can work toward a solution, one that probably involves Chodala's staff. How the Ashlander got his hands on Sothasil's tool and turned it into a weapon is beyond me, though. Eventually, but we need to be cautious. If Chodala is as respected as you say, attacking him would start a war we can't afford to partake in. Go to Aldrin and talk to his sister, Saren. I don't trust her either, but she worked with you before. Get to Aldrin and locate Saren. She needs to tell us more about Chodala and then help us acquire his staff. Without it, we can't restore Vivek. Meanwhile, I need to placate the populace. The people grow
Ah, a fellow outsider in this inhospitable Sea of Ash. I wonder if we might help each other.
Nope, not right now.
Outlander, quickly! This way! I've been thinking about my brother's claim that he's the Nerevarine since we last spoke. No matter how I try, the word tastes false on my tongue. And now I fear he's about to convince the wise woman that his quest for power will benefit the tribes. My brother is respected and revered. He has allies in all of the tribes, not to mention his personal Red Exiles. We have to proceed with caution. Respect the Ashlander customs and traditions. Anything else will lead to violence and bloodshed. We talked to my brother. Tried to convince him this isn't the way. Barring that, we make sure the wise woman doesn't get drawn into his madness. The wise woman. I was hoping she'd be here.
You're too late, dear sister. Despite your protestations, the wise woman has gone to the cave of the incarnate to confirm my claim.
Brother, do you really want to pursue this dangerous course?
There was a time when you gave me your unconditional support, Seren. I miss those days.
My brother Chodala's about to do something foolish and dangerous. But by dusk and dawn, Azura put you and I on the same path for a purpose. I just hope we have enough time. He's about to claim the title of the Nerevarine and try to unite the Ashlander tribes gathered here. He already convinced the Red Exiles to support him. He's using them to intimidate the other tribes. If he persuaded the Wise Woman to his cause. Wise Woman Dovrasi, the most respected counselor and spirit guide this side of Red Mountain. She went to the Cavern of the Incarnate to meditate on Chodala's claim. If she confirms my brother's assertion, the tribes will follow wherever he leads. Agreed, but I dare not leave Chodala alone with the tribes. I feel the hand of Azura in all this. Go to the Cavern of the Incarnate and talk to the Wise Woman. I'll stay here and try to keep things under control. The cavern's to the northeast of Aldrin, on the other side of the mountain. Hopefully, the rumbling and lava won't slow you down too much. Get to the cavern and talk to the Wise Woman. If she accepts Chodala's claim about them...
Oh, we haven't had the chance to tell her yet.
She won't refuse my claim. Just in case, make sure the Red Exiles are ready.
Your word is law, Nerevarine.
Oh, it's actually... Okay, so I need to go... Well, at least I have the thing already. Make it a fair bit quicker to get there.
Azura is my shield, you foul creatures. Thank you for aiding me, but I sense you came for a different purpose. Let's talk inside the cavern. An outlander? Surely there must be another way. No, my lady, of course not. I'll do as you ask. Come here, outlander. We must talk. It feels strange to talk to an outlander in such a sacred place, but the Queen of the Night Sky insists. I need to render judgment on an important claim, and she says you can help me reach the correct decision. Words of truth from the mouth of an outlander. Remarkable. The Red Exiles and a few others believe that Chodala is the Nerevarine. He's convinced them, but not me. I came here to consider my options. I fear a bloodbath if I oppose his claim. Perhaps, but I must remain impartial. If someone else reveals the flaws in Chodala's claims by comparing him to the failed incarnates, that might do the trick. We thought the incarnates were possessed by the spirit of Nerevar, but each had a critical flaw that made them destined to fail to fulfill the prophecy. Their spirits reside here. Yes, you should speak to the incarnates. I see Azura's wisdom now. Take this pouch of blessed grave dust. Sprinkle a pinch upon the bones of the incarnates to call forth their spirit. We need knowledge to defeat Chodala, Outlander. Listen well to what the failed incarnates have to say. Once I was the hope of my people, but then my claim was proven false. Now I wait, and I hope for the Nerevarion's return. State your question, Outlander, and I shall do as Azura urges. To fulfill the prophecy, I followed a path of blood and war. In the end, my path became a road that led nowhere, and I was cast down from my lofty spot. Take my scroll, and help the wise woman understand the futility of a senseless war.
Sounds like hers is pretty closely related.
The Nerevarine remains a promise unfulfilled, and I am as guilty of prideful posturing as every other failed incarnate that occupies this hall. Ask your question and let's be done with this outland. The Nerevarine must listen as well as proclaim. I refuse to accept wise counsel, which led to the doom of my tribe and the end of my quest to embody the spirit of Nerevar. Take my scroll and remind the wise woman that wisdom ignored is ignorance.
We are the failed incarnates, the Ashlanders who proudly proclaimed themselves to be the Nerevarine, but were found wanting. Take my scroll, and help the wise woman see the lie of unbridled power. I thought myself the reborn Nerevar, for I was the strongest, most powerful.
Mortal, let us speak.
Hello again, Azura.
I foresaw your usefulness before you even set foot in Vardenfell. Now comes a test that will challenge your ability to separate truth from lies. You must convince the tribes that Chodala is not the Nerevarine. Doversee's wisdom outshines most other mortals. She recognizes the futility of Chodala's claim. If she rebuffs him, however, the tribes will turn on each other, and blood will flow. The staff, Sunra, it makes Chodala confident, reckless. Your instincts served you well. Chodala's path took a dark turn. However, my sight clouds when I look too closely. Sothasil built Sunra, but he did not create it with this vile purpose in mind. You must act on my behalf, and Vivek's. Then go, return to Aldrun, and help the wise woman reveal the falsehood of Chodala's claim, and let Saren assist you. She is my champion and a trusted friend of all Ashlanders. Helping that arrogant imposter? Whatever gave you the idea that I was helping that murderer? Vardenfell must stand. Everything I do in this regard serves that single goal. Best that you remember that, mortal. Use what the Incarnate shared with you. Their failures point the way toward Chodala's downfall. But beware Chodala's power. He may not be the Nerevarine, but some greater agency has lent strength to his conviction.
Pretty sure if you ask her why she doesn't simply reveal it herself is because it's too direct of an intervention. Probably would break the compact that she had with Silthasil.
Rosie, where are you? Come back, Rosie.
Back in the saddle.
Thank the moon and star. You've returned. The wise woman returned from the cavern of the Incarnate and went right into Scar to meet with the tribes. Chodala's in there too, about to be named the Nerevarine. Tell me you came back with... Ah, of course. Use the tales of the failed Incarnates to counter Chodala's arguments. An Outlander has no status in the Council. The Ashlanders won't listen to a word you say. Someone else has to present the arguments. Someone they trust. I suppose that means I have to challenge my brother. With your help, of course. You spoke to the Incarnates, not me. I'm familiar with their stories, but I'll need you to help me choose the appropriate argument to counter each of Chodala's claims. I hate opposing my brother in this. I just don't see another way. Incarnate Runso was strong and powerful. He thought that by strength alone, he could unite the Ashlanders. He failed. When Chodala proclaims his power, that's when we'll refer to this scroll's sad tale. Incarnate Adiri was a champion of my people. She defended us against great threats. But when she grew to love war for war's sake, she proved she wasn't the Nerevarine. When Chodala proclaims that war is the answer, hand me the... Incarnate Darnot thought his way was the best way. He rejected the counsel of the Wise Women and the Ashkans, something Nerevar would never do. When Chodala proclaims he knows better than anyone, we'll use this scroll. Meet me inside.
Must we continue this farce? It's obvious that I'm the Nerevarine.
Someone has stepped forward to challenge your claim, Chodala.
Seren, I'm disappointed in you, dear sister.
Enough. I shall hear your arguments and render my decision.
Even the Outlander can see that I'm the most powerful Ashkan. My strength alone proves that I am the Nerevarine.
Chodala puts forth his great strength as proof of his claim. Give me the scroll that discounts such a trait for the Nerevarine.
I did not pay attention to the scrolls again. Right, it's not Donat. Donat's the one who refused the council. Must be Ranso. Bree is the... Here we go.
Yes, that's a sound argument. Incarnate, appear!
As a warrior and as an Ashkan, I was the most powerful of my age. But for all my strength, I failed my people. Don't follow my example.
The faithless houses dare to threaten our land, but we shall meet them in battle, and I will lead us to victory.
This is more nerve-wracking than I anticipated. Which scroll do you recommend to counter this argument?
Mind delusions. Hold on.
This is more nerve-wracking than I anticipated. Which scroll do you... That makes sense. Incarnate, appear!
I thought the path to the Nerevarine was a path of blood and battle, but my love of war was my undoing. War is not the way.
These failed incarnates prove nothing. I need no counsel but my own, as befits my status as the Nerevarine.
I think it's working. One more strong assertion. Of course. Incarnate, appear!
I refuse to accept the counsel of the wise women and the Ashkans. I thought I knew best, but I knew nothing. That is not the way of the Nerevarine.
Seren and the Outlander, their arguments have merit. Chodala, we deny your claim. You are not the Nerevarine.
This proves nothing! Look how the staff protects me! I am the Nerevarine! Red Exiles,
Side by
slay
side.
your
Let's work together.
For Chodala! For the Nerevarine!
Go to my hut and get my healer's sack. Now.
Right away, I hate what my brother's become.
Mortal, I would have words with you. Chodala has been revealed as a failed Nerevarine, but that hasn't dissuaded him from his reckless course of action. As long as he wields the staff, he shall be unstoppable. Time is against you, mortal. Even now, Vivek pompous usurper grows increasingly weaker. As much as I deplore him, Vivek cannot fall to Chodala's vile magic. There's another power at work here. One I can't quite put my finger on. Return to Vivek City. Do what you can to aid Vivek, and pay heed to my faithful vessel, Saren. I name her Champion of the Moon and Star. She will play a pivotal role in ending her brother's march toward godhood, if she survives.
That was exhilarating. That was glorious. Lady Azura's presence filled me with such wonder. She actually spoke through me. I heard everything she said, and I felt her sense of urgency. You need to return to Vivek City, and help you I shall. Return to Vivek City, while I track down my brother and his damnable staff. With the Ashlanders against him, he won't have many options. After I locate him, I'll meet you, and we can find a way to...
Thing?
Stendarr keep me safe. And my coins in my purse.
Lord Vivek, protect us.
Pull yourself together. You're a buoyant armiger for Vivek's sake.
As a god weakens, so too does his city suffer. I know my people grow fearful. Even the Archcanon is distressed. But the energy that remains to me holds the moonlit in the sky, at least for now. So what news does my eyes and ears bring to me? How this upstart Ashlander learned to attune Sotha Seal's tool confounds my understanding. And he dares use my power? Still, your help is appreciated. Every strike and parry takes us one step closer to ending this threat and restoring my vitality.
Due to Lord Vivek's condition, it falls upon us to find a solution. Lord Vivek must conserve his remaining energy, so we need to solve this problem on our own. It all comes back to Chodala. That damned Ashlander's draining the warrior pool. How should I know? That's not a skill the Tribunal teaches. Return to Barrelzar's tower and get Sotha Seal's former apprentice to... You see right through me, Outlander. I have more worries than a Kwama queen has eggs. I'm talking about Chodala's sister. Saren claims to want to help, to want peace. We need to stop Chodala, and to do that, we need to find a way to overcome the device he's wielding. Find Barrelzar and make sure that crazy mage provides you with something we can use to save Lord Vivek. Is the bull sure it can bed the Betty? No. But by all accounts, we'll be better off with Sunara in our hands and away from Chodala. That won't be possible, however. Vivek loves this land, and the land loves him in return. He's always had a special bond with Vardenfell. Is it so hard to believe that Red Mountain reflects his suffering? Beyond that, there's also Bardao, the moonlit that floats above us.
I'm starting to understand a little bit more about why, like, the disaster happens in Skyrim, well, prior to the events of Skyrim. If it is a case of that Vivek's energy stabilizes the volcano, then it does make sense then that after his power waned completely, the mountain just erupted. Because of the tribunal gods, Vivek is the only one who doesn't actually get killed in Morrowind. He just disappears.
Is someone up there? I could use some help down here. Hurry, please. I have a natural aversion to Daedra. So hard to concentrate and maintain schedules when interruptions constantly occur. Don't they know? Logic has very little place in the behavior of Daedra, my hopeful associate. Studying the fabric of reality does tend to attract unwanted attention. But these creatures appeared just before you entered my tower. I wonder... a modification of my master's old experiments, turning a simple tool into a dangerous weapon. Ingenious! No, of course not. I just invented it. I need proper components to build such a device. My hirelings scour the land for materials all the time. Here's a list. Head out the back door and ask them to direct you to these common dwarven components. Hirelings? Yes, they worked for me, before they quit, ungrateful netches. Still, I paid them well before the pistons slipped their alignments. They should know where to find the components. Last I heard, Snorfen and the others were in Molag Mar.
Snarl and hiss and spit and screech. Damned vampires. I'll find a way to make them pay for what they did to my brother. I swear it on the tribunal and any Daedra willing enough to listen. What do you want? Can't you leave a person? He did he? Let me see that list. Well, the crazy old maid always said there were no coincidences. The inverse, eager to become cattle for the bloodsuckers. The Burn clan killed my brother. Damn their eyes. The item you seek was in the manufactory, but you'll need a control rod to get a dwarven... Because the mage wanted to send me to the far side of Valdenfell, and I need to remain here. I'm not going anywhere until I make the Burn clan pay for what it did to my brother.
Because of you, the Pact was able to defend Vex Antlers.
If you're another pilgrim looking for charity, I suggest you move along. I have need... Let me see that. What's that crazy mage need this time? I suppose you could find a manual clockwork shaft in the Nichu-left ruins. But I'd avoid that place if I were you. If you insist. Deep in the ruins churns a big machine. When I was there, it sputtered and vibrated, collapsing parts of the ceiling. Lava and rock fell everywhere. You need to get past that and some nasty That mage is a menace. Oh, he always paid well, but the places he asked me to go, each was more dangerous than the last. And if I had to hear about the Great Gear...
I feel like such a puny snowback, hiding here in Molag Mar. But you don't want to hear about my troubles. Berylzar. He's the reason I'm a shattered man, doomed to become a cowering sheep like the rest of these pilgrims. All right, let me see that. Arkanthung Stordoms, the cursed contraption. I almost had it figured out when a ghost floated up to me. No problem, I think. But then it enters a centurion. Ghost machines. No sane Nord can fight ghost machines. I dropped my notes and ran as not just ghosts. Ghosts that possess dwarven machines.
So let's go and look for where I need to go. Alright, one of them's in a delve that I haven't been to yet. That's convenient. Alright, well, I'll go to this one first because that's like the closest. No, I wanted to use the Wayfind.
treasure, dear brother.
Allow me, my sister. This should open a miserable construct like a ripe fruit.
I'm just checking something, one sec.
Good quality there.
Oh.
To battle! Now this is why I joined you. This place is great.
Wait. I just need to find out where the, like, enemy is that completes the delve.
Shining Steel! What do you say to some celebratory sweets?
There we go. I guess I just need to try and find my way out of here. Oh.
What did you find? On the move.
For the 80th time, help is on the way. I've received assurances from House Redarin. They will handle this trouble in the mine. You need only be patient.
Patient? The foreman just dragged another egghead out of the mine and he's worse than the rest.
For the 80th time, help is on the way. I've received assurances from House Redarin.
Sorry. Okay. Dude, you're a fucking ghost. Healing ain't gonna help you. I'm dead. Oh no.
What do you think about all of this? Incredible.
For the 80th time, help is on the way. I've received assurances from House Red. For the 80th time, help is on the way.
Have you only just arrived, or is this you returning? I can't always keep the cogs and pistons in line. Ah, I remember. The components for the tonal inverter. Were you able to acquire them? Impressive. I thought I'd never see you again. That's what usually happens when I employ hirelings to acquire. One tonal inverter coming up. Connect this, tighten the spring. Don't explode. Almost done. There. Do you like it, my latest creation? I call it the tonal inverter. Did I mention that already? No matter. It should counteract Sotha Seal's modified staff. Of course you don't. I just invented it. Honestly. You won't use it anyway, not if you plan to fight the one who wields Sotha Seal's staff. Almost impossible to operate the tonal inverter while also engaged in battle. It's too cumbersome. The Sunara, the Blessed Staff? I suppose the name fits, sort of. You'll need someone to assist you, someone you trust. Oh, not me. Too busy, too fragile. But using the tonal inverter, easy as scrib jelly pie. One person operates the controls to generate the sound waves. When it reaches the proper pitch, you activate the inverter and discharge its energy to disrupt Sunara's power. Temporarily.
Your presence defiles this city, Ashlander. How dare you demand to see our god?
I'm here to help. If you won't listen to me, listen to the Outlander.
Thank the three. The Outlander has returned. Was Barrowzal able to help us? Pay no attention to this Ashlander. She's been blathering on about Lord Vivek's condition and how she can help. But I'm certain it's a trick of some sort. I was I know who she is. I still don't trust her, and I refuse to let her anywhere near Lord Vivek. Who knows what an Ashlander would do while the warrior poet is in a tonal what now? Well, since I can't go with you, or with Lord Vivek requiring my undivided attention, I suppose we'll have to let the Ashlander assist you.
If that old idiot is what passes for a tribunal leader, it's no wonder the houses are in such disarray. No time to dwell on that, though. I found my brother, and it's worse than I feared. Chodala and his most loyal followers have taken refuge in a ruin called Kaushtarari. It's an ancient shrine devoted to the Daedric Prince Malakath. I think my brother plans to ask the God of Curses to help him. It will allow us to stop Chodala? Then of course I'll help you. Since the Tribunal's dogs took my weapons, I'll need to replace them. Meet me at the ruins when you're ready.
Ah, it's over there. Here we are, on the Furious One's bloody doorstep. Well, that's larger than I expected. I'll help you counter the effects of Sunara. Maybe once we neutralize it, Chodala will listen to reason. I know that's probably just wishful thinking. Go ahead, ask your questions, then head into the ruins. I'll be right behind you. The tribes rejected him. Azura set her face against him. Now Chodala's seeking aid wherever he can find it. That makes him more desperate than I imagined, and more dangerous. Why he decided Malakath's an evil god, the Daedric Prince of Curses and Broken Promises. Perhaps that's why Chodala has sought him out. The prophecy of the Nerevarine was Chodala's to fulfill before it was wrenched away from him. Perhaps, but I don't think so. The Oathbreaker prefers a more direct approach. He isn't one to hide behind convoluted schemes and plots. Still, if Malakath agrees to... Over there!
Those red exiles. They've been slaughtered.
Chodala, he's gone mad. Sought to make a deal with a Daedric prince. Chodala appealed to Malakath, but the god of curses rebuked him. Killed us all. Said Chodala already served another. He went deeper into the ruins.
Already served another, huh? That probably means... If I had an inclination, it's... I bet it's got something in the middle of
These creatures, they don't belong to Malakath. Another prince's power is at work here.
Me, Malakath, I am the Nerevarine.
Chodala, brother, stop this madness!
You bring this outlander to kill me, sister? You can't harm me! I have a powerful patron on my side!
The staff protects him. You can't hurt him until we use the tonal inverter. I need a moment to get this working.
What is that? No matter. You are no longer worth my time.
Scarpin! They serve the Prince of Bargains. Keep them busy while I finish this.
Prince of Bargains? Wait, that's Clavicus Vile, isn't it?
The tonal inverter is ready. Stand in the field and focus the wave.
My protective shield! What have you done? I'll destroy all of you for this!
Oh, brother. Why did it have to come to this? Azura, we've dealt with the false Nerevarine, just as you commanded. That was harder than I expected. Chodala was so angry. I know that! It was either Chodala or the lives of hundreds of Dunmer. All because he convinced himself he was the Nerevarine. Or someone convinced him. Either way, my brother is dead, and the Cavern of the Incarnate has another resident. Take Sunara, and I'll meet you back in Vivec City. Your Archcanon made it quite clear that the staff was the key to saving Vivec. I need to
Why do I get the... like, we're only like 3 quests in, /4 quests in, and once this one's done. Yeah, I get the feeling that this is not the end. Far from it. Wait, someone talked about a dog biting them. Clavicus Vile has a... oh, that makes sense now. Okay. So yeah, when he talked about serving another, Malakath knew that he'd already made a deal with Clavicus Vile.
I don't like the looks of that sky.
Pull yourself together. You're a buoyant armature for Vivek's sake.
Oh god, all of his power is gone. He's like not glowing at all anymore.
Oh, this is terrible. Lord Vivek collapsed. Tell me, Outlander, and just in time. According to my calculations, with every use of Sunara, Chodala drained more energy from Lord Vivek. It almost killed him. We can use this stuff to save Vivek.
It's working just as I expected.
Oh, nope, tainted.
What are you doing? It's killing him!
What did you expect? That's the point of all this, after all.
I've powered up the total inverter. Activate the wave!
Barbas. Yep, Barbas is the...
You're too late. I see it now, the Clockwork City. Look at what Barbas found for you, Master.
I knew something was wrong as soon as I approached the palace. I could feel it in my bones. I was on my way here when Azura showed me a vision. I saw Sunara killing Vivek. Even without Chodala, that damn staff is dangerous. I don't think that thing was ever the Archcanon. It called itself Barbas. As an Ashlander, I'm more familiar with Daedric lore than most of the elves of the Great Houses. Beyond that, I've made a study of the most prominent Daedric princes, because Barbas is a loyal servant of the Daedric prince, Clavicus Vile. I'm not an expert on the Prince of Bargains, but it seems to me that this was all part of some grand plan.
Azura's champion is correct. That was Barbas, faithful hound of Clavicus Vile, a shapeshifter. He killed the Archcanon, took his place. Chodala sought the seal's device, impersonating Tarvas. It was all part of some elaborate plan. That was simply a consequence. He needed tribunal energy to locate the Clockwork City. I was the easiest target. If Barbas enters Sotha Seal's city, disaster will follow. I appreciate your help, but I must conserve what remains.
What happened here? Oh, by the three, Lord Vivek looks terrible. Where's Archcanon Tarvas? He always seems to know what to do in situations like this. Barbas? The Daedric Hound? Wait, I don't understand any of this. But if Lord Vivek's energy has been depleted, then the moon... If only there was a way to give Lord Vivek some energy... Wait! That's it! A blessing stone! Find the Overseer and retrieve another stone from the construction site. Oh, please, hurry. I've never seen Lord Vivek in such a desperate state. I expect the Overseer's near the unfinished cantons, watching out for looters. When people panic, they're capable of anything. And with all the chaos going on out.
Oh dear. The city's being attacked. Oh.
Save us!
The moon that's falling. Oh, I see. Because he's running out of power.
Shiralas, where are you? It's too dangerous. My wife decides to run out and chase some damned looters in the middle of a disaster. Who does that? She ran into the unfinished cantons. She's been beating herself up over the fact that they're behind schedule, but she won't do anyone any good if she gets... Get out of there!
That was too close.
Oh god, I need to get the... Wait, oh.
We barely got out of there. Yes, the greed is a powerful motivator. We...
No one steals from Lord Vivek! Another looter? You want a taste of my steel too?
That's impossible. We installed the Blessing Stone back in its canton and finished construction on that...
I suppose you're in luck then. We happen to have another Blessing Stone.
It's at the third canton. Here. This key... Verona? Was she still angry with me? No, you don't have to answer that. I know my wife. I'll head back and let her know I'm all right. Tell Lord...
Okay.
Together!
Any battle we can walk away from, eh?
Oh boy. That moonlit is completely breaking apart. Hurry up and get out of here.
Dow, it's moving!
Lord Vivek, save us!
You've returned. It sounds like the city is falling apart out there, so there isn't much time. Were you able to get another blessing stone? We need to restore some of Lord... Perfect! I can feel Lord Vivek's essence inside it. I hope I remember how to do... Hang on, Lord Vivek.
Sweet energy, like a sip of water for a thirsty man.
Oh, thank the three. Lord Vivek looks better already. Of course, the Blessing Stone is only a temporary. As Lord Vivek has written, the bravest heart never...
Outlander, my time grows short. Clarity emerges.
Hey,
like
or,
sunlight breaking through the clouds. Barbas must have replaced the Archcanon weeks ago. All to set the wheels in motion to steal my divine energy.
Going interestingly.
Every move has a purpose. Stealing my energy sowed discord and disaster throughout the land. And ultimately, Clavicus Vile distracted me, weakened me, all to locate the Clockwork City. Perhaps we require a Daedra.
Rock didn't bonk me on the head. No, actually, I did manage to avoid all of the falling rocks. Although, things still aren't looking very good out here, that's for sure.
Outlander, over here. I've been trying to find something that makes sense of all.
Mortal, the Lady of Twilight has words for you. So Vivek deigns to ask for help? I foresaw such an event, but scarcely believed it. Listen well, for if you continue to perform flawlessly, we might yet thwart the efforts of Clavicus Vile and his hound, Barbas. Just as I anticipated, the mysteries reveal that Barbas seeks to enter the Clockwork City. So far, Sothas'Seal's wards have impeded him, but the Hound has Sunra. You must beat him to the prize, the reservoir that holds Vivek's stolen energy. Such knowledge has been hidden even from me, mortal. But I know someone who can provide you with the means to travel to Sothas'Seal's creation. Stand back, and I shall summon the Mage of Cogs and Gears.
Take a look at how she reacts after this? Okay.
Interesting. That shouldn't have happened. Where in oblivion am I?
Mage, this mortal speaks with the authority of the Mother's Soul.
Interesting. Summoned by a Daedric prince and her mortal mouthpiece. I was right in the middle of a crucial experiment. But I suppose I can spare a few clicks of the cogs for Azura and my erstwhile assistant. No, not going to happen. No offense to the Lady of Twilight, but Sothas'Seal was quite adamant about keeping the place hidden and warded against the Daedra. Wait. Pistons fall. Barbas. Another Daedra. Thinking. So, Sothas'Seal's forgotten tools modified to steal Vivek's energy, which in turn energized the Clockwork City. Lit it up like the top of Red Mountain. What is Barbas after? Wait, gears click into place. The reservoir! You need to reach the reservoir that contains Vivek's stolen energy before Barbas. I can get us to the entrance in Set's vault, beneath the Mournhold Temple. Ready to go? You'll need my help. I know the city almost as well as Sotha Sil. Follow me.
Well, is she staying? Oh, that girl.
The Mother Soul has blessed us both, Outlander. The Mother Soul, talking through me. Even after the tragedy of my brother, I am blessed. But time is running out for Vivek, for Vardenfell. You must follow Barrelzar and stop Barbas. Meanwhile, Azura has other work for me to do.
Alright. It was very glowy.
I think the Hound used Sonara to get inside. We have to hurry. Daedra! Vile creatures of chaos. Deal with them, please.
You don't want to do this!
Oh yeah, I remember. I thought that she looked quite happy about it.
Look at those factotum. Remarkable.
Huh? Oh, I see.
That's the end of that test.
Over here. Don't let the Hound see you. Vivek's energy, it flows through Sonara. That's how Barbas is able to circumvent the city's defenses. Why is he waiting over there? Yes, thanks to Sotha Sil's magic. My former master is exceedingly brilliant. Always a chance. Just depends upon the way the gears align. But I don't think he can spare too much to use against us. He needs it to reach the reservoir and do whatever Clavicus...
Oh, my favorite dupe has finally arrived!
You can talk to the
Oh
Daedra
dear,
if you
oh
want.
dear.
And follow me into the
Lucky
maintenance
for me,
junction.
I've got Sunara. You may not believe this, but I really am happy to see you. I grew rather fond of you while I inhabited that dreadful dark elf form. Now I'm going to bring my master's grandest plan ever to fruition. He'll be so proud of me. Just stay out of my way and enjoy the show. I promise. My master has been trying to find this place for the longest time. He actually set the ball rolling. I saw an opportunity to improve his plan and make it better, so I took the initiative. This worried about the archcanon? The poor old man. He died in his sleep, all peaceful-like. I saw an opportunity and leapt right in.
Oh.
Stupid Vivek. He never even noticed. I was masterful in the role, though. Don't you agree? Oh, yes. Nice chat, but I've got to run. I've got a barrel of Vivek energy to collect.
So the archcanon wasn't murdered, he just died of old age.
Should take out the defenses. At least the most dangerous ones. I I disabled most of the defenses in this section, but Sotha Seal installed numerous safeguards. With my help, the probability calculates in your favor. But you must keep moving.
Still how decrepit he was already, I mean, fair.
Unless he comes upon an interesting smell. Or a tree. Since we know Barbas's ultimate destination, I can open routes he can't access. Only one logical place. To the atelier where Sotha Seal conducted his study of divine energy. Sunara. Is right. Disable the factotum's
done. Let's run. No one ever catches the hound.
I can use these controls.
You are persistent, I'll give you that. Looks like you need more scoffing.
Big little tricks. No matter. There's another path back the other way.
What's your head?
I'll never get tired of watching you fight like that. Well done.
Look, Master. The next droid. Master, I'm close to our goal. With the Vex energy, I can open a portal.
Pray this works, my hound, for you interfered with a plan that wasn't intended for the likes of you.
Those fabricants, follow me. Sotha Seal's favorite atelier. I think Barbas is already... That's the atelier behind. Almost certainly. Sunara led him right to... Maybe. Probably. It's a distinct possibility. Certainly the Hound and his master think so. Whether it will actually work or not... No, that's inadvisable. The atelier has defenses. You have no idea what it will do if it marks one of Sotha Seal's apprentices as an enemy. Neither do I.
You can't stop me if the defenses won't let you in.
Southern Portal clutch activated. Open that vault and destroy its defenses.
Hey, RM. What was it?
I'm watching you play that. It's like, oh, that was nothing compared to what you had to go through in the Maelstrom Arena.
True, very true.
Open the north vault and destroy its defenses.
I mean, it's not like the story content is going to be anything like a veteran arena.
I mean, pretty much.
clutch is active. Open it and enter the energy reservoir. Range fluctuations ahead. Barbas is manipulating the energy reservoir. Hurry!
I've turned this contrivance into a war machine. Like my new armor? I wanted to wear something special when I kill you.
Eat Meridia's blade, Barbas.
Let me give you a taste of divine power.
I don't know how they would take it that, oh look, Daedric weapons against other Daedra. If anything, I think it would be also pretty funny. It's like, wait, how did you get the rueful axe? Why are you using it against me?
Yeah. Go away. Dude, go away. Die.
Beam. Beam.
Exactly. Barely even getting a chance to do anything.
I mean, he's low enough where just using beams is strong enough.
I can feel it. Ravag's file is almost here.
And
Seize Sonora. Then retrieve Lord Vivek's energy from the reservoir conduit. Lots of interference. Makes it difficult to lock
Such
onto
a
a
good
destination.
and faithful
I'll go ahead
hound.
to stabilize the
You have
connection.
done enough for now.
Boy.
So, you're the mortal who gave my poor dog so much trouble. I suppose we should have a chat, you and I.
Oh boy.
How dare you discipline my dog? He was only trying to appease his master, and I'd never harm a hair on whatever insignificant creature you hold dear. You, on the other hand, require a lesson in manners. Indeed, what ambition! As you can see, Barbas isn't a bad dog. He does get easily excited and overzealous. He embellished my plans somewhat, but it all worked out in the end. And we found the Clockwork City. This little flea thinks it's smart, but my plans are beyond its comprehension. Still, by delaying the inevitable, you caused my associates and I some trouble. You'll stay here until you're no longer a threat. How does a few decades... Quiet, dog! Haven't you... Wait. Who dares intrude upon my lesson?
Found you. Over here. Oh. Clavicus file. This isn't good. I lost you.
oh, I didn't see you over here.
Simple enough to trace your energy signature to this Daedric shrine. Unfortunately, that would be unfortunate for you. Luckily, you have me to assist you. Well, me and Sonora. Expend a small amount of Vivek's energy at the statue.
Begone, meddling
Oh,
wizard!
time to beam. Ow!
Oh, great.
So basically,
so we've pissed off both Mola Ball and Clavigus File.
Hurry, Outlander.
Wait, that actually worked? It's like, wait, what did you expect to happen? Talk to everyone before. Yeah, before you talk to Vivek.
Sorry, wait, what?
Talk to everyone first before Vivek, because it's like all of them have something to say.
City and you stood in the presence of 2 Daedric princes. But you still have work to do, Assistant.
Alright, let's talk to Seren.
I've done everything the Lady of Dawn and Dusk instructed me to. But now...
Thank the three. You've returned. Lord...
Let's talk to Vivek.
My time. So you retrieved my stolen energy. To quote my 75th exaltation. Certainty. You sooner.
His last line.
Restore my energy.
Or it won't. It won't matter in a little while.
It won't matter. What? Because he knows he's of the Neverine and you know what I mean.
No, I mean later. No, because if you don't heal him, the rock is gonna It's like
nice.
Remarkable. No ordinator or armiger could have done any better. You uncovered a Daedric spy in our midst, brought a living god back from the brink of death, as my next sermon shall proclaim. Modesty is the false cloak of a flatterer, or the sincere garment of the humble. Again, you have my gratitude, and that of all my people. Indeed, you have done much for me and for Vardenfell. But as the warrior says, do not think the battle is over when the enemy is dead. The hearts and minds of the people must also be won. Gratitude is its own reward, I once told the crowds in Ebonheart. But I found that some of my followers appreciate something more tangible. Help me reward those who aided in the saving of Vardenfell, so we can reassure my people. To start, retrieve the Archcanon's signet from the Hall of Wisdom. It is time to appoint a new head priest. I shall gather my people and meet you at my statue on the central canton. It shall be a glorious ceremony, my friend.
Oh, one thing about this
Save my
last
people
quest.
and the land itself.
Hmm?
I was forced to sacrifice my brother.
One thing about this last quest. Technically, when he says gather the people, more people show up to the ceremony if you've done more of the other quests around the world.
Oh, like in if I do more things in Vardenfell, more people will show up.
Yes. So and this is a quest that you can take an infinite amount of time because, well, go upstairs when you're finished. But yeah, talk with everyone because everyone has something to say too. Oh, do you recognize Barrels are the name?
Hopefully none of my experiments explode in my absence.
His name comes up in the actual game of Morrowind.
Having you as an assistant. Much better than
Because it is he makes a ring that plays a major part in a storyline in
We
Morrowind.
knew what we were getting into when we met at my ancestral tomb, eh, my friend? I'm just sorry.
Oh, so like it's a critical item in Morrowind. The actual game Morrowind.
Yep.
So you said go upstairs. What's the receiving hall?
Nope. Well, continue out.
Yeah, I've done basically no quests here, like because I've just been pushing through the main. Does it?
Yeah.
Does it make much difference?
There are more people there, and they give you more additional dialogue when you get to meet everyone there. Also, if you look upwards, the big old rock. If you remember the position where it was before and the position of where it was now, if you look in Morrowind, which takes place thousands of years later, that rock was not there in the beginning before the start of this quest, but it's there now.
Yeah.
And if you go to Morrowind, yep. So this is definite canon of stuff that happened.
So, because this is how it is in Morrowind.
Yep, it is that close because before this, with how far the rock was, it's like a lot of people point out, it's like that rock seems a little too far, so maybe it's like the view distance. And then they play through the story, it's like, oh shit, okay, so that's how it got there in Morrowind.
That's a nice bit of like continuity, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if all it really is affecting like some extra dialogue things, I would prefer to just get the quest done. Because that's like the point of the streams.
Yep. If anything, you could do the side quests on the side, if you wish, because or on the side or off stream, because it's like some of them do give you some interesting and unique stuff too.
Yeah.
Or that, and some of the stories are actually there's one story around here in Vardenfell that people are particularly attached to.
Okay. I'll keep it in mind, but yeah, it's like my plan is eventually to do the side quests and stuff, probably just off stream.
Gotcha.
Rejoice. You cursed the darkness with good reason. Now praise the return of the light.
Basically no one here.
The warrior poet returns. Continue to guard it, for it represents not only my loyal servant Tom. You have been my eyes and ears in the world. Now be my hands. Within the modest sack resides, as I call forth my faithful. Reach into the sack and give them the first thing you find. Overseer Shiralas, step forth. Overseer Shiralas, you sacrificed your blessing stones to aid the warrior poet. Well done. Take these recharged stones and finish building my city, after relaxing with your patient wife.
Thank you, Lord Vivek. I shall do as you ask.
Barrels up. Approach. Your knowledge of the mysteries of my brother's Sotha seal and the intricate twists and turns of portal magic were invaluable. Take this and use it well to further your experiments.
Gemstones, filled with a tiny fraction of divine energy. Amazing and so very generous. With careful tuning, this could improve portal magic 100-fold. Thank you.
Canon Levoul, kneel before me.
Was that... Did Lord Vivek summon me?
Archcanon Tarvis served us well until his death. But when I was most in need of assistance, Canon Levoul rose to the occasion. Now rise once more as Archcanon Levoul.
My lord.
His name
I'm
changed.
not worthy, but I shall endeavor to become so. Thank you, and I can't wait to inform my ancestors.
In every poem, it's the last stanza that holds the most meaning. Once a stranger to our land, now a friend forever. Step forward. You come before me with an empty sack, but have no fear. As I have written, treat your enemies well, and your friend. Then let it be known that from this moment forth, you shall be called the Champion of Vivek. And along with my thanks, take this modest reward. I foresee even greater achievements in your future. But for now, be content to be the hero of Morrowind.
Boom.
Now go forth and rejoice.
Nice, got the buoyant armature tattoos.
The one thing about that is the buoyant armature face, because it was a nice streak of blue. I actually used that for the longest time on my character before the opal skin and all the other stuff came out.
Nice.
So And I really liked Vardenfell, so it is something that I kept with me for a long while until I updated and put more stuff on myself.
So what I would want to do next. I forgot.
There's a couple of places you can go to. Like, do you want to continue the main quest stories?
I think I remember something that I was wanting to look into.
Okay.
Completing the Telvanni quest line in Vardenfell. Okay, so...
Oh.
I'll have to
That
wait
one's...
until...
Oh, go ahead.
I'll wait until later for that one.
Okay. That one's a very interesting one. Yeah, that one's a very interesting one to do.
I will keep that in mind. I don't think the boy in armor yeah, it's not going to show up on Dusky. Well, that makes sense. The Dusky Warhide is one of the, like, total skins.
Mm-hmm. And not to mention the contrast to the blue makes that also kind of difficult if it were to show up.
I may not consider him to be a true deity, but Vivek doesn't seem to be an entirely bad sort. I lost my brother to ambition, and became the champion of Azora. From that point of view, I suppose I'm doing as well as can be expected. I'll return to the tribes, pick up where Chodala and I... Not directly, but I do have a sense that malignant forces are gathering on the plains of Oblivion. But that could just be the scrib jelly and cheese I ate for lunch. Farewell, Outlander.
Oof. Scrib jelly and cheese, that does not sound nice, to be honest.
I mean, yeah.
Alright, let's see. Of Knives and Long Shadows / The Clockwork City.
Mm-hmm. That'd be the next big main quest.
Right, so Of Knives and Long Shadows is the prologue for Clockwork City. Okay. And then after Clockwork City, it's through a veil darkly to Somerset. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Where do I need to go for this one? First one is Shornhelm Mages Guild.
Actually, if you take a look at the... check the journal again. It's either...
Rivenspire, Greenshade, Shadowfen, yeah.
So you could go to the one in Stormhold Shadowfen because I think you probably have that one already. So, but yeah, you need to go to all three.
I have like all of the base game areas, like way shrines and stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Stay back. Back! I will not die like the others. You think I do not know? I know. I have heard the stories. Raga, Gilnanor, And now, Skaldir? All dead at your hand, no doubt. Well, I am too clever for you. I don't. All right. I'm sorry. I'll come out. By the egg. You remind me of my sister, Zarai.
What was that noise?
She is a wonderful person, but when she gets mad, I'd rather tame her with an angry hack wing. Yes, of course. Zarai will put me in a very bright room. Or should it be a very dark room? Yes, I know I will. If you have spoken to Bonifred, you must know about our research into the Daedric artifact. Please, take my notes. Preferably far, far away.
Wash your hands. And wipe.
Are you going to die?
Keep your belly to the mud, friend. And keep your...
Right. I get the feeling that he's gonna get killed the moment I look away. Oh, alright. Rivenspire was one of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, greetings, Adept. Everyone recognizes the guild associate. Bonifred. The nearsighted scryer? What's she... Never mind. Daber left just a moment ago. Said he needed some quiet. He usually goes to the courtyard behind the guild hall when he needs some time alone. You're serious, aren't you? Mara, protect us. I'll gather up the other initiates and alert the Magister at once. Please, just find Daber and bring him back safe.
Dead.
Mm.
You're back. Good. Our Magus erected a powerful ward on the door, and... Wait, I know that expression. The eight damn whoever did this to him! He was so sweet! Such a quiet...
So, I don't think it's the reward.
I wonder if there's a change in who dies if it's just predestined that certain ones are already doomed.
Oh, like, if you go to them in a certain order, they might be alive if you get to one of them first, sort of thing.
Probably.
Green shade.
Maybe in this one you actually catch them. You catch them in the act.
away, or I'll call the guards. Someone help me!
So, in that case then, was it the same for you? Did you do it in the same order I did?
I've never done this quest.
Oh. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it dead? It was my shadow, wasn't it? Ifra's name. Why would it attack me? I always treated it well. Plenty of... Not really. I think my shadow may have peeled off some of my animus. My soul, I mean. Or maybe just some of my magical aptitude. Either way, it's something I'll miss. But don't blame yourself. Well, that was charitable of her. Didn't think she much liked me. Bit of a sore head, that one. Anyway, I'm grateful. I hid my notes on the...
You who would unravel the secret of these murderous shadows, approach me. Do not be alarmed. Only you can see me. I am Lilatha, Psijic Master of the Gazing Glass. I have watched you from afar, and I believe we share the same goal. You seek to destroy these vengeful shadows, yes? I believe we can help each other. All the shadows' victims were seeking a Daedric artifact, an extraplanar antiquity that remains hidden from my sight. To solve these murders, we must first locate the artifact. I require 2 objects to find it. An anuic lantern and a liminal lens. I believe the lantern lies hidden in a sunken ship near Kanathi's roost. The lens rests in a coffer, deep within the howling sepulchres. Recover the items, then seek out my boat near Vulcal Guard. Trust no one. Our enemies are very well. I am sorry we can't have this conversation in person. I fear that I'm too tempting a target for this shadowy killer. I must remain hidden. You have questions? Yes. I take it that you're unfamiliar with our order. That's hardly a surprise. We once served as advisors and teachers to the greatest kings and emperors, but no longer. We retreated to our hidden Isle of Artaeum. Indeed. It's an island beyond Tamriel's borders, where we can research the truths of the Orbis without interruption. That is the purpose of the Psijic Order, after all. To study magic for the betterment of all.
Let's go. Right, so I need to go to Craglorn for one of them.
My friend! How good it is to see you!
Thankfully, be areas that wouldn't be too difficult to get to, I believe.
Hmm. I actually have Isabel at like level 13 now, I think. 13 or 14. So she now has like all 5 ability slots. And
nice.
She's actually pretty tanky.
Oh yeah, she is. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, when you face off things like world bosses, she's except for a few like really picky ones, she's actually a really good tank.
Yeah, like I don't often need to actually directly heal her myself because she can sustain herself pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
This place is a bit confusing layout-wise for me. Go all the way around, don't I? Yeah. I'm looking forward to when Solar Barrage actually becomes like a nice buffing skill.
Oh yeah, very much so. If anything, it also reminds me, it's like there's that one monster helm mixed with Solar Barrage. It's the Grothtar, I think. It's just like, oh, okay. It's like I'm not only Solar Barraging, but I'm going to do flame damage around me. It's not a great helmet, but it's a good area of effect. Like, well, everything is going to burn around me.
Possibly, but I guess it's like, considering I'll be using the Velothia Mage's Amulet as soon as I can.
Actually, that's the thing. Because it's a necklace, what you can do, you could split up 2 sets between. One that gives you a static effect on one bar, and then you flip the back bar for a different proc effect. But then again, you're planning on using passive effects, so it's not as good anyways.
Yeah, that's the thing. You proc sets don't get buffed by the Velothia Mage's Amulet, at least in the current PTS. I don't know if that's intentional. Like, it feels like it is because I would have thought that they would have addressed it by now. If it was unintended for it to not buff proc sets, but I kind of feel like it is because of the fact that although it works well with Templar, it feels like the amulet was designed specifically because of Arcanists having a lot of channel skills in their kit.
Right. You have a good point there.
I feel like the amulet is specifically designed to synergize with the fact that Arcanists do not get much opportunity to light attack.
There are none left to stand against us.
At the same time, you still want to do a light attack once every, I think, 9 seconds or so, because a light attack gives you ultimate generation. Yeah. But the fact that it's no longer a hard and fast rule to get the most damage is really, really nice.
Like I think it's like every 5 seconds to proc an enchantment, because the effect of the amulet will not reduce the damage of the enchantment effects on the weapons. And then every 9 seconds to generate ultimate. So it gives a lot more flexibility in how often you need to actually hit a light attack.
Yep, you don't have to perpetually do, weave ability.
Like this.
So it's just, yeah.
It looks like my character isn't actually doing the light attack sometimes, but
yeah.
But I know that he's doing it because I can hear the clang when I'm actually in combat.
And the one good thing about it too is because it's monsters only. That means it's not good for PVE or PvP. I mean, so it's just like, oh, you're not. It's like there's no complaint from the PvP part about, oh, we gotta nerf this. And more importantly, wearing that means that you're not restricted on getting buffs. Like major courage, major minor sorcery. So you have to find other ways to source it, but that means that the necklace gives a new floor or better floor that you can build up from.
Yeah, I think that was something that Delita was talking about, where it raises the floor, but it without lowering the ceiling like Oakensole does.
Or also that, or also it's just like it doesn't nerf the top end because it's like the light attacks will, if you didn't use the amulet, you'll always have more. You'll always do more damage because you're doing a perfect light attack weave with your abilities.
Yeah. I think it's like the people that have done like the DPS testing for it have found that unless you're in a group that has like perfect like buff synergy and so you can hit the crit damage and penetration caps without needing to use the Velothier amulet, then yes, not using it and using like a 255 setup is still going to be better. But there's not much in it, basically. And it gives you a better ability to play in groups that aren't as synced. And that's assuming that you're light attack weaving both with and without it. Because yeah, even though the attack's damage is basically non-existent, it's the proc effects that are still important, basically, like the enchantments and the ultimate.
Yeah, and also not to mention, it's also the secondary effects the enchantments can have, because there's the straightforward enchantments, like let's say there's the weapon abilities, but it's like one of the weapon abilities or the enchantment procs is, oh, you get Berserker for a little bit of time, so it boosts your weapon spell power. On the opposite side, it's like if you use the one that does flame damage or frost damage or so forth, because flame and frost damage flame gives burning, frost can do chill. It's like there's secondary effects to want to have that activated too.
Yeah. In the case of what I've got, one of the daggers is flame and the other is poison, and they can proc their debuffs.
Their respective, yep.
That could be helpful.
How many champion points have I got left in reserve at the moment? 3 warfare. Getting close to having preparation maxed out. I should have probably had it maxed out rather than putting something in other points, but oh well.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much.
10% damage reduction is a big deal.
Yes, but at the same time, it's just like with it's like getting the smaller ones isn't bad. Whereas the bigger damage buffs and additional weapon damage and skill and all that other stuff it makes if you kill faster, it's you don't have to worry about taking more damage. Sort of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But actually, the current meta and I actually run I run the variant of it. It's actually 5-5-2-1. Because you do use a mythic, but you break the back bar and front bar based off of which proc sets you want to go off of.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen which one you're referring to. So it's like one set of the
Whirl.
One bar is Whirl, one bar is Pillar of Nirn.
Yep. And it's because it's basically you have 2 daggers. One is a whirl dagger, so that way it completes the whirl set, and that way you proc it. And then the other one's a Nern, the Pillar of Nern one. So that way you have the Force Set ability, which is the increased spell and weapon damage. And then you
And
just
then the back bar
swap
is a Nern
Yep.
staff.
Which deal damage is the easiest proc to do.
Hmm.
So put whether you use a flame staff or a greatsword, it's like, okay, I'm going to, I quickly do this and then flip back. It's like, and then it does its proc.
Something I realized actually about the whole trying to use a great sword thing.
Mm-hmm.
My two-handed skill. Yeah, you can tell that I don't play stamina-based characters much.
No, I definitely can understand that because I don't play many stamina characters. I have my Khajiit, who is technically stamina-based, but I spend so much more time on my Argonian. So, my Khajiit actually has the complete gold vicious serpent and deadly. So he is actually ready for like going out the world and everything. It's just that it's more like I spend all my time on my Argonian.
Yeah, same. Hey, where is this? Oh, it's in here. Faint soggy note. Search for clues. Oh, okay, I need to go over there. I can't. Is it? Ah, yes. The benefit of being an Argonian: fast swimming speed.
I've actually seen that used in PvP to like amazing effect.
Okay.
Because well, here's the next because I remember seeing in PvP, there's Cyrodiil, and all the waters in there have a ton of slaughterfish, which basically, pick you to death.
Yeah.
The thing is, let's say that you go to an enemy's keep, and you got you got one of their Elder Scrolls, but you can't make it back, and basically you're by yourself and you're carrying the scroll. Basically, you find the closest, you go to the big lake or any of the deeper lakes, and jump in, heal, and swim as far as you can. So you don't get to bring the scroll to one of your keeps, your alliance's keeps, but you also deny them the other faction of their ability to get the thing back.
Oh, because the scroll just gets dropped in the lake.
Yes. I don't know if they changed that or if they modified it in a certain way, but yes, it's a way to deny them the. It's a way
that
to
sounds
deny
like
them
something
the.
that they would have patched, to be honest. But who knows?
But before they patched it, I was just like, oh my god, that's so evil. But like,
I don't know if they have patched it or not. It just sounds like something that I would have thought they wouldn't have allowed to stay in the game because it's kind of yeah.
True, but at the same time, is like they've allowed certain things to stay in for, so it's like maybe there's reason.
True. I mean, how long was it before they finally decided to nerf puncturing sweep?
That's true. But then tomorrow they're going to be releasing the next the balance patch for buffs and for the combat, because they only touched lightly this past Monday, but this coming Monday is supposedly where they're gonna do more combat updates. So they split it off from the normal cycle.
Ooh.
So we'll see what they're gonna do. If anything, it's like they do anything with Templar or Sorcerer in particular. And of course, they're still trying to figure out Arcanist, since the Arcanist is turning out to be more a channelist.
Oh yeah.
Or channeler, my apologies.
Well, it's got more channel abilities than any other.
Yeah, so the Deadly set is going to be very much in demand for at least that one.
Good thing that I bought all of the pieces then, so that I can just reconstruct whatever I want. Fucking dagger was 600k.
Did I get you a dagger, or?
No, you got me Inferno and Lightning Staff.
Oh, gotcha.
I bought the daggers myself after, because at the moment I'm not using the Pillar of Nirn set, I'm using the Deadly Aim set.
Gotcha. No, I definitely understand that. I better see how much of Deadly I have actually completed myself too, because like, oh lord. Then again, I'll probably make an I don't know if I'm going to make an Argonian or Khajiit Arcanist, but I know I'm going to make an Arcanist character just to...
I'm going Argonian. All of my characters are Argonians, no exceptions.
I have mixes of Argonian Khajiit, personally. I have to when I made them, especially when Elsewhere came out. It's like, you know what? I feel like this is kind of appropriate.
Are you really going to climb aboard this death trap?
But yeah, my my Argonian is my main, just because.
Would you believe pluck and intuition? Yeah, didn't think so. I may look the part, but I'm no bloodhound. A sporing coin. It's an enchanted drake. Looks mundane, but it bears a charm that we can track. You don't approve? Look, we can argue about that later. For now, I can't let you get on this boat alone. It's too dangerous. Let me go with you.
I don't trust you. Sec.
The sus alarm's going off.
I can't let you wade into this business alone. Yeah, and you know what kind of people say things like come alone? Murderers. Shows bones you're smarter. Bah, you're just as stubborn as Scaldi of us. And we know how that turned out, don't we? Just take care of yourself, all right? And don't believe everything you hear. It's a Daedric artifact we're after.
Yes, people will do anything, won't they?
Hmm.
You know all about that, don't you, madam?
Oh no, what can you ever be talking about? Wink, wink.
Mm-hmm. Thing is, though, this doesn't feel particularly strongly related to Clockwork City. Like, oh well. I'm sure that'll change soon enough.
Campfire on the beach. I still don't see the appeal. Ah, you've arrived. Welcome to Traniltegu. Let's get in out of the rain, shall we? I trust you bought the items I requested. The scrying chamber is just up the hill. Follow me. The weather here is always poor. A side effect of the Obscurus's presence, I'm told. Come, it's just through here. I'm confident that the components you brought will fit, but the Obscuros device has been dormant for centuries. Let's hope that the genius of my forebears has stood the test of time. Affix the lantern and the lens. The answers we seek are within our grasp. Do you feel that chill? It's like... oh no. What's happened to me? You must kill the shadow. Hurry.
I know you're Vestavin, but that won't save you from me. You'll die just like the rest.
No, I will not.
Surprise.
Typical.
You've advised not to trust me.
No, I will not perish here. Set the lens and the lantern in the Obscuros. Time to see what this has all been about. A fabricant? I don't... No. This cannot be. The city was sealed long ago. What is this creature? Some new Daedric beast? The Clockwork City. Could it be? After all this time? The images revealed by the Obscuros leave little room for doubt. The Daedric artifact we seek is somewhere inside the Clockwork City. Why would Sothasil allow such an item to enter his domain? I fear that something terrible has happened. Yes, of course. I sometimes forget this is not common knowledge. Sothasil, brother to Vivek and Magus of the Tribunal, created the Clockwork City long ago. He rarely speaks of it, but scholars believe this city has the power to remake Tamriel. The city functions as a simulacrum of the corporeal plane. Making a change to the Clockwork City may well change some aspect of Tamriel itself. This is all speculative, but I've studied under Sothasil. I have no doubt that this is within his power. Indeed. An unwelcome prospect, to be sure. Normally, I would assure you that Sothasil has the situation well in hand. He is a friend to the Psijics, and I must inform the Psijic Rightmaster. If Daedra have breached the gates of the Clockwork City, we must move swiftly. As for you, I would counsel vigilance. Whoever set these events in motion no doubt sees you as a threat. Take this, and my thanks.
Oh, she's got a quest.
We employ the most powerful scrying device in Tamriel, and all it yields is more questions. There is one who might be able to help. The ancient dark elf mage, Devaith Fear. Though we rarely see eye to eye, I must admit that his grasp of Daedric lore... Fear casts a long, ethereal shadow. It makes him difficult to miss. I sense... yes, he is in Mournhold. The Tribunal Temple. Conferring with Almalexia, perhaps. Find Devaith. We employ the most powerful scrying device in Tamriel, and all it yields is more... I wish I could say yes. I fear that in destroying my shadow, we've destroyed some vital piece of my animus. I feel thin, diminished. A weakened Psijic is still a formidable mage, but some... So you knew our attacker? She was powerful indeed, and yet I sensed that the strength was not her own. Her form was clumsy, but she struck. Someone granted her powers beyond her ken. An agent of oblivion, no doubt. Bonifrid was clearly filled with hatred, consumed by jealousy or resentment, perhaps.
time to arguably go to meet one of the most famous mages in all of Elder Scrolls lore.
What, Divithir?
Yep. Also kind of infamous. In Morrowind, he does something that makes everyone's eyes quirk up a little bit, or a lot, actually.
Wait.
It's not...
The events of this game and Morrowind are like thousands of years apart.
Yeah.
So what, is he immortal?
Obscenely long-lived, yes.
Oh, he's in
That's
Morrowind.
Oh, back to Deshaun. Whoosh. Speaking of which, guess where I'm at?
You will.
Oh, I just finished my crafting stuff, so it's like Mournhold is my base for that kind of stuff, for my crafting, or at least for Galen.
I think I just saw you. No, I think it was someone else.
Okay.
No, I don't think you're around here. Wait, no, no, that's someone else. Mavis Stonefist.
I must finish.
I'm currently doing my doing some enchanting stuff. Ah, damn it, I didn't.
So you are in the Kind Enchanter.
Hopefully in the same instance.
Nope, you're not in the same instance.
Oh, poo.
Oh well.
Let me see.
I mean, I guess it shouldn't really surprise me too much that, you know, so a Dark Elf would be alive in this era and in, like, is Morrowind the 4th era?
Third era. No, before the end of the third era.
Because 4th era is, after
the Oblivion Crisis.
Dies. Yeah.
Yep. What am I looking for? Shoot. Right.
And the events of ESO are happening in the 2nd era.
Yes.
So what's the event that turns the 2nd era to the 3rd era?
The Rise of Tiber Septim.
Ah. So the Ascension of Talos, basically.
Effectively, yes. I mean, we exist between the time, like, I think, let me double check, because the Interregnum, which is the whole war,
Imagine that the end of the ESO timeline is when we actually meet Tiber Septim.
that might actually be very hard, because if I am correct... There it is. The Cold Harbor
You've arrived at last. Come forward. We have much
Okay,
to discuss.
so the 2nd era... Oh, no. Yeah, no. The start of the 2nd era was after the end of... The start of the 2nd era was at the death of the Riemann dynasty. The start of the 3rd era is the start of the Septim dynasty. Okay. So, the Interregnum...
Did you think I would not expect you?
And the Tiber Wars.
Rest assured, I will find this mysterious
Tiber Septim.
Perhaps you'd like to... A voyage that only a few have ever undertaken.
Tiber Septim born, Second Era 828.
The clock works. I do. The Tribunes are not so clever that
The
they could hide
Interregnum
such a place from me.
is Second Era 430. So we have
Just the first of
we have a
Sophocles'
lot
many
that we have a couple
paradoxes.
hundred years.
If you choose to join me, be prepared for many more.
So yeah, basically it wouldn't be realistic to have ESO's timeline span that long.
Well, okay, according to this, the plane mill, which is the main story for the base game, is in 582, and Tiber Septim is 828. So it's still a couple hundred years. But yeah,
roughly,
but the
yeah.
thing is though, even after all is said and done, except for the humans, like the elves will probably live longer. It's very much more a case of we will, and not to mention our character also. Like canonically, our character has been through a lot. So it's just like,
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if the Vestige has some degree of immortality because of the fact that they had their soul and body separated and all the other shit that went on.
true, and all the other. I think it's not only the fact that we were separated from our body, and we literally regenerate, but I think it's just like, considering everything else that goes on, there might be a reason why up until Tiber Septim at least, up until that point, like the Aedra and almost everyone else would have a reason to have us alive, more than anything. The powers that be will bend time for us for some reason, and it's like, okay, sure. What's the term? The almighty janitor.
Great fondness for that Sitic Lilatha, but you saved her life
It's like
and defeated a
we're
powerful
long
shadow
suffering.
mage in
It's
the
like,
process.
okay, what do I have to fix this time? Daedra again?
I'm
Damn it.
confident you will continue to surprise me.
Casually pulls out Downbreaker. All right, let's do this.
A remarkable accomplishment for someone of your breeding. What the fuck do you mean by that?
This is the Vaith Fear.
Of course you will.
This
Naturally, you
is
have questions.
yeah.
Yes, they will have to wait. Servants of the Tribunal do not look kindly on blasphemous journeys like this one. Meet me at the waterfall. Prepare if you must, but make it quick. Time is not on our side.
But yeah, no. Vaith Fear is canonically really fucking powerful.
I mean, it makes sense that he is, considering if he's lived for that long.
He's lived long enough that he knows that he's seen the Tribunal before they became gods. He was a Chimer.
Oh.
Yep,
Oh.
he's that old. Let me see, the Vaith Fear. How old is that?
This is the sort of thing where it's like, the game doesn't really tell you any of this, does it?
You do you'll find things and pieces that actually mention it. Oh god, okay. Okay, he was born in the First Era. But up until he was Sigic Order actually.
My companion arrives at last. Now then, our journey begins in this dreary little cave. Quite a surprise, yes? Believe me, it won't be the last. We can speak freely here, but do make it brief. All this natural splendor is just...
Yeah, he's over 4,000 years old. Or as of Morrowind, he would be 4,000 years old.
Jesus Christ. So, if it's possible for people to live that long through whatever means, is it just the elves that can do that? It's surely not.
No. There are humans that can do it. It's just that Let me see. There are a few that take different, technically vampires are immortal. Becoming a lich makes you immortal too. But for humans, only like some of the strongest mages, or you basically make a pact with a Daedra of some sort.
So it's basically not out of the question for an Argonian to do it. Be very
Oh yeah,
limited.
no. Oh yeah, no. I can bet you that if the Hist especially need to, they could probably keep you immortal for a long time.
So Kajbiko and Skyrim, potentially.
Oh no, I would not be surprised if that was true. I would not be surprised at all if it's like some of our if we were basically running around like in the latter era, because that's the thing with all the heroes. Like for some reason or another, Destiny has it where, oh, it's like you're pretty important. We have bigger plans for you, and then lo and behold, like one of them becomes a Daedric prince, the other one is running around in the other continent, not Tamriel. And the Dragonborn, I think it is practically immortal also too. So it's like becoming one of us means, everyone takes an interest and wants to either use them for their own purposes or etc. So it's just like, yes, there may be quite a number of quote unquote vestiges running around, but at the same time, it's just like being practically immortal or indestructible in that regard.
Wait, hold on a minute.
It's just
this is the place that we were at before with the other mage. That's why everything's all busted up in here.
Yep. Shh, don't say anything. Oh no, who could have done this? This was so pretty. Whee!
This is not the brass fortress. Someone diverted our passage. Audacious, but foolhardy. When I find them, wait. I feel cold. Back, creature! My shadow! My power! Don't let it escape!
Oh, so it did steal some of his power.
Mm-hmm. I have to point out that shadow is pretty dangerous if you had faced it alone.
Factotums! They're activating! Ready your weapons! I will assist you as best I can!
Let's do this together!
So, is it like a Daedra directly intervening doing that, or is it something else?
Yep. Technically, if you know your Daedric lore, you will have an idea of which Daedric prince is doing this. Yes, the Mistress of Shadows.
He didn't strike me as the sort of one that would do that sort of thing, though, at least based off of what I know from Siren. He didn't seem
True,
very,
but I mean... Well, the thing is, though, that's Skyrim. That takes place over 100 years. You'll get an idea of what happened with Nocturnal after this series of quests.
Okay.
So... So yeah, no, like, Nocturnal has reasons.
Alright. Ow.
remember in Skyrim when you encountered those things in the ruins?
Just run past them.
No, true, but then those ones actually hurt even more.
Ow.
Whee! The things if you were anyone else, it's just like ah.
Yeah, you basically be dead.
Well done. Killed by spinning knives is not an epitaph worthy of Devaith Fear. Now, onward. I'm eager to see what new.
Then why am I the one? It's like because you could regenerate your body in an instant. It's like fine.
Yeah.
I recognize this place now.
And because almost like all the time, just like any one of us is, except for people who, it's like, I don't know why some people don't do this. It's like, just having a soul gem on you is just like, well, all right, sure.
Someone meant for us to die here.
Oh dear.
Actually, you did. Oh, go ahead.
Your spellcraft is all I can muster, but I will aid you as best
Sorry,
I
what was
can.
that?
Lead on.
No, go ahead and finish up. And then there's also a little bit of lore. There's a little bit of lore I think I remember from us being weird.
Ow.
Defeat this monstrosity, but don't kill it. Just reclaim my power. It's duplicating itself. Beware! Stand back. Time to reclaim what is mine. Maliad kebiet tehir. Devakrokad sint morad. That was close. Finally. You never know how much you miss a thing until it tries to kill you. More ridiculous machines? I've had enough of this.
Damn.
Come. We still have a long way to go.
He really is strong.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm pretty sure. Well, he is as strong as the as the stuff he would know.
Behold, the Clockwork City.
So it's like he probably knows spells and all that.
Zothasil's brass fortress waits at the end of this road. We should go there at once. Keen to find out who sent us on that delightful jaunt through the new Martis.
So this is how I'm supposed to get here.
Yep, pretty much.
At least I like how there was that continuity though with the prologue quest into this, whereas the one from Morrowind didn't feel like it had that continuity. Like you did the prologue and then it just ended. There wasn't a quest to pick up that then take you to Morrowind or to Vardenfell rather.
Well, that's because the bridge between that that was their first outing for this one. And of course, they changed things up again when they made the chapters being their own thing. So, like, this all the way into Somerset is one long, continuous, storyline and all that.
Interesting.
But yeah, notice how. But yeah, the whole, the lore about the Clockwork City and why everything looks the way it does here.
Hmm.
Don't cut yourself on the trees. They're rather sharp.
Haha.
They're made of metal. That would be dangerous to handle.
Yeah,
Ooh, a pretty.
everything here,
Ow!
everything here is artificial, basically.
Yep. It's basically those, you know, those metal Christmas trees.
Oh god, that sounds awful.
Yeah, welcome to Clockwork City here. That is basically Christmas trees. Metallic Christmas trees, the world.
Devate fear. I warned you never to come back. And you, one of Fear's lackeys, I take it.
Luciana Pullo. Hospitable as ever? Go talk to her. I'll not waste my time speaking with a petulant toy soldier.
Hold there, friend of Fear. I am Proctor Luciana Pullo of the Clockwork Apostles. I don't know how you and this egomaniac breached Lord Set's Celestiadrome, but I won't have non-citizens stirring up mischief in the Brass Fortress. Only just arrived and already trying to grease the gears? New arrivals must secure an endorsement from a citizen in good standing. I'm prepared to overlook your atrocious choice in companions if you can find a sponsor. Until then, you are tarnished. That's for you to find out. Not many citizens will risk their reputation on a green-heeled stranger, and you'll find no comfort from me. Maybe you should confer with the other tarnished over there. In the meantime, obey the law. I'll be watching. Tread
Luciana
carefully,
clearly hasn't
dear.
lost her charming demeanor. Predictable. Ah, yes. Their bizarre sponsorship custom. I forgot about that little wrinkle. As a friend and peer of Sotha Seal, I come and go as I please. I suppose it would be best for you to wait out here. If I need you again, I will find you. I'm not a citizen, and even if I were, I'd not waste time wading through their opaque bureaucracy. You've proven yourself to be more than capable. I have no doubt you'll figure something out. Gain your sponsorship. We will speak again soon. I appreciate your assistance in the pneumatic forge, but for now, our paths must diverge. The artifact we seek will not remain in one place for long. I can ill afford a delay. Navigate this absurd ritual quickly, and I will find you again afterward. Seal has many names. Sotha Seal, Set, Sea, the Clockwork God, on and on. Tiresome, if you ask me. The Clockwork Apostles mostly refer to him as Set, his verse and sermon name.
He's one of the few who can actually do that.
Well, yeah, because he knows him from
Talk.
Oh, I
From
know who
way back.
Naramo is.
Well, if it isn't my second favorite assistant.
God, he's glitched
What a
out and I don't
fortuitous
even.
turn of events. I shouldn't be surprised. You have a knack for appearing when I need you most. I take it you haven't found a sponsor yet? Initially, I thought we could rely on my ample charms to win us a sponsor. Unfortunately, the people here tend to value craft over the pleasure of my company. Yes, a clockwork apostle named Varuni Arvel. Apparently, she's a member of the Congress of Calibration, the governing body here in the city. My associates, Kirith, and this promises to
Don't
be
those
a
names sound
fruitful
familiar?
collaboration. I tasked Kirith and Reno with acquiring gifts for Varuni, but they tend to wonder. Seeing as you found your own way here, I suppose there's no harm in sharing my own methods. I just learned of a secret cave beneath. Fearing that the tribunal might seal it again, I set off through the cavern as soon as I could. A pair of dark elf explorers. Like me, they delight in all things mechanical. Unfortunately, my illustrious bodyguard was away on personal business.
Well, actually, I think I'm going to call it a night here.
Gotcha.
So I think Yong is still streaming at the moment. Go and send everyone.
Okie dokie.
Alright.
Okie dokie.
Thanks everyone for watching today. I will see you all again on Tuesday. Until then, take care. See you later.
Bye bye, all.